Welcome to Amateur Decorating Like a Pro. I am Catherine. Today I'm sharing with you a client slash relative's living room and dining space evaluation. She's considering redecorating. This is a senior living apartment and she can shop anywhere she wants to. I'm simply doing the evaluation and I'm sourcing online for her. So you won't see actual products at the end of this video. You'll see some ideas being shared with her to achieve the look that she wants. So during her evaluation, she selected items that were along a glam line. She really wants to get into that, again, on her time and on her budget. I'm simply providing the ideas. So let's go ahead and get started. What will remain in the apartment? The dining room set will stay here, and the living room furniture, that is the couch and the chair. And I do believe there's a bistro set. Those will be around. So let's go to work. Now, with the table turned in this direction, it is very hard to get a chandelier centered above the table. You see, there isn't that much footage or square footage on the end of that table toward the wall. It's a very short space. So, the best thing that we can do to get the chandelier centered, as well as get more accessibility for the front door, is to turn the table in the other direction and then open up that space and also gain a very wide access to the hallway into the living room. And in case of a medical emergency, accessibility is everything. Now, I am sure by now some of you are saying, why is that fire extinguisher on that wall? It's such an eyesore. Well, when it comes to senior living or anyone that has a physical or visual impairment and they live in sort of an assisted living housing, there is a regulation that says that the fire extinguisher needs to be accessible for them to get to in the event of an emergency. So you think wheelchair, you think maybe legally blind in some aspects, but yet able to live independently. They need to be able to take care of themselves in the event of an emergency. So there's nothing we can do about the fire extinguisher. No, I definitely thought that she should add some drama to that wall. So, finding starburst mirrors and just letting her decide which style best suits her. This is the bubble style, and then we go into just a simple starburst style. Of course, I've mentioned Wayfair a lot by now, but please know that they are not sponsoring this video. Of course, we had our faux plants, and this was something else she liked. Now she can go with one large piece of art or she can go with separate pieces. Now this is the same canvas, but I wanted to let you guys know there is no right or wrong way to hang these canvases. And if you find an inexpensive canvas that doesn't have the color you want, just grab your paintbrush. So we've now received the check mark of accessibility right here at the door. Look at this open space. This is absolutely perfect to create a faux foyer. And looking around her home for existing pieces, what caught my eye? This table right behind the sofa. Well, let's take a look at this rug, at least for the sake of its size, and let's move it next to the front door so we can imagine our full foyer. You see there? The rug basically just frames the space. Now, again, it's not the final choice, but look how the foyer can come together. Now, I've selected a few items from Wayfair and plugged those in. That's a glam mirror, we've got our glam lamp, and of course, a succulent arrangement to put in a little green so she won't have to worry about watering it, and also that beautiful round chrome bowl. All of that's listed in the info box. Now I would do a little chrome spray painting of that table and of course just update my rug to a more solid lighter color, and there, glam meeting her right at the front door. So now we move into the living room, and guys, this really is a big space. I know my camera is not doing it justice, but it really is a big space. She has a bistro set in a corner. It's a 3-chair bistro set and has a wine rack built into it underneath. It's a really cute set, and it's not a bad thing to keep. Somebody wants it, but she's doesn't know if she's going to keep it or not. But I did come up with a solution, and I'll be sharing that in just a second. So we move on from that. She just repotted a plant, and she did the urn style vase on that. And I do want to say that there's a lot of different kinds of vases out there. So just kind of use your best judgment. Make sure you get those pots that kind of suit your style of furnishing, especially for your beautiful indoor plants. Just make sure those pots complement your style of furniture. Now her ceilings are really low, so I would definitely take her curtains all the way up to the very top. I mean, that's almost another foot that she could have. And once you elongate that window, then the room won't look so dark and so small in some areas. Now, any of her metal pieces, like her bistro set or even the table that we're using in the faux foyer, even this coffee table and the two end tables, those can be spray painted. Whether we go glossy, satin, it's solely up to her. It's just a perfect time to update these pieces. You've seen them in high-end homes, on TV shows, and all of these things that look like outdoorsy pieces, whether it's a log or things like that. I think I have one of those posts on my Instagram. They're silver, they're gold, they're any color you want them to be. So be creative when you're painting these items, and you decide what you want. Now the couch is a taupe/camel color, and that's a pretty flexible color. It's in good condition, so you always want to consider what you have of value before you start going out and buying new furnishings, because simply need to just add something to it that'll turn it all around. Now, one of the quick fixes I thought about was to have the bistro set moved in front of the window. And of course, we'll talk window treatments a little bit later. And then raise that plant up. Just temporarily place it on one of the side tables and see what kind of balance we could achieve. That way, the living room furniture expands into the bistro set versus going to a wall, which is the back of the chair, the third chair that I removed. Now, she shared with me that she would basically sit at the dining room table and watch TV. It just seemed to be more comfortable there. I think it had to do with the position of her couch. So I turned her couch this way. You see, I took it away from being along the side of the TV. Because if you ever sit on a couch and then turn your neck toward the TV, you are going to be uncomfortable. Now, the couch faces the TV. So now if she wants, she can just add an ottoman in front of the chair, twist it just a little bit, and sit there and watch TV. She did tell me that since this move was made, she has enjoyed watching TV from the couch. And that's where she watches TV now, and she absolutely loves it. Guys, I consider this the most gratifying moment of them all. She was excited to think outside the box when it came to painting the tables. Now, one of her evaluation questions was, what was her vibe? She said glamorous and classy. So let's go lighter with the curtains, take them all the way to the ceiling. Even if we found a nice cream velvet, that would be stunning. Add some mirrored sconces on the wall, faux fur pillows. Let's go metallic, let's add fur and that silvery color. And guys, looking at the marble design in this rug, I could not help but add it to the lineup. Now the rug brought it all together for me. It can add metallics, it can add color, and you will have a completely different room. You see the addition of that rug and the blue connected together, popping out the color in the couch. Don't worry about that picture on the wall, because we can add some light blue stripes to it, and it will be there as well. And the whole room in that open plan will connect together. Now I also included her selected rug sizes based upon her choices. If she got one with the design in it, of course we want to go a little bit larger. But if she went with a thick faux fur type rug, well, we go a little bit smaller. And remember, when you vacuum that rug, you turn it over on the back side. I also recommend a durable low-pow rug for her kitchen area dining table. Now, I do think you should push the limit when adding different textures to your space. Look at this large tufted ottoman. See the addition? It just elevated the space. Now, I always say above a TV is a great place for a clock or some sort of 3D art. These chairs were given to her, and she may be keeping them. I'm not really sure. They are a little bit low for that bar area, but you use what you got until you can get what you want. Now down the hall, she has more thrifted art, and like she said, she's not going to buy any more of that stuff because she's made up her mind of the direction she wants to take. And I think this hallway would be the perfect location for a photo gallery, just preserving those memories of her kids and grandkids. Now, there's nothing like including a purging activity into your vision. When I first got there, this is what this area looked like. She was starting to build a wall of things around this counter. And you remember that bench along the wall? She had some of these items on there from the yard sale. We do that, and I'm throwing myself into that pot. But when you get a vision for your space, you have to purge and get rid of some things. So she did this right on the spot, and yes, I saw her take it out to the trash. Another evaluation completed and a very happy client. This is her vision board. And it starts with getting the walls done and then moving on to the floors and definitely adding in those accessories around the sofa. I got a feeling that she's going to be able to do all of this her way and on her time and be delighted with the outcome. So I want to thank you all for stopping by. Tell me, how do you feel about my sharing these evaluations with you? And I know if the client says no, I can't go into the space again. I cannot. And I hope that you'll understand that. But nevertheless, walking the journey out with me. And by the way, do you think this was a good arrangement in the living room or even the dining area? Well, let me know. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so today. Press the bell, slide the bar over saying, yes, I want to receive notifications that this channel has uploaded another video. Thanks so much for stopping by. And as always, stay in prayer and stay creative.